Okay, so it's already time. We will start now. So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dominic. I think all of you already know me. So we start the webinar session today. We have the Mandarin Oriental Luzern Palace, Mandarin Oriental Palace, which is in Luzern, with us today, and we have Alan from the James Bond Schilthorn Mountain today as well. So without further ado, let me hand over to Amelia to start this session. Over to you.
Thank you, Dominic. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Greetings from the beautiful Lake Luzern. My name is Amalia, and I had the pleasure to be with this property since the pre-opening. So I'm representing Mandarin Oriental Palace Luzern for the Southeast Asia market, for the whole Asia region, actually. As you can see in this wonderful and beautiful picture, this is our Palace Hotel, really an institution in the city, part of the history of the city. It's there since 1906. So many things happen in this beautiful palace. Mandarin Oriental completely renovated the property for about 5 years, and we opened in September 2022 as Mandarin Oriental with the new rebranding. Dominic, you can move if you good. So let's go to the most important thing. How can we get here? So if you fly to Zurich Airport, which is the biggest and the international airport in Switzerland, we are really located only 50 minutes with the train or with the car. So it's really convenient to access to Mandarin Oriental Palace. Luzern is really located in the city, in the center of the country. So it's really easy to move around. As you can see also in this beautiful Switzerland map, we have a Mandarin Oriental Savoy Zurich property that opened 1.5 years ago. So it's a good combination to land in Zurich and come to Luzern straightforward in just 50 minutes with many different options for transportation. So this is a map of Luzern as a city. So once you arrive actually to the train station, this is the city center and this is the hotel. So the location is spectacular. It's only a 10-minute walk to the old town. It's 15 minutes to the train station if you walk. But actually, if you take a cab, for example, or the bus, it's only 5 minutes to the hotel. The location is really beautiful because everything is walking distance. It's facing the Lake Luzern, but it's in this promenade here, which is really calm, and we do not have cars or traffic in this promenade, just behind the hotel. So it's really quiet and it's a perfect location. Nowadays, Mandarin Oriental Palace Luzern is the only luxury hotel in the city center of Luzern. Some of the pictures of our rooms and our accommodation. The property has 136 rooms and suites, so a lot of different accommodations and categories. 80% of the rooms and suites are facing the Lake Luzern, and 20% are overlooking the city, but the city view is really very green and very forest one. So it's a really nice also internal, I would say, view, but really the lake is just 20 meters from the entrance of the hotel, and really the building is facing the hotel. The rooms, as you can see here, are very modern, very spacious, fully renovated. We have superior, deluxe, and Mandarin room as entry-level categories. I'm not going to bore you with square meters because I will share the information later, but we are starting around 25, 35 square meters for the room product. We do have a lot of twin beds, very important for the Asian market, almost 33 rooms. We can do twin beds. We have a lot of interconnecting options for families traveling together. So it's really a very easy building that we can play in order to accommodate your clients. These are some of the suites, for example, for triple accommodation, for families traveling together, facing the lake. We do have a lot of suites. We do have a lot of rooms and inventory. So it's a perfect hotel for FITs, for leisure clients, for groups, and for series as well. So we do have a lot of options for your guests. This is a twin setup, for example, that I wanted to show that is very important for you guys to how we can allocate 2 twin beds in the hotel. Suites, we are starting around 50 square meters. These are some of the pictures of the suites. 60, 70, 80, and also 100 until 126, which is our presidential suite. We will see it later. So a lot of options. We have included in the rate, of course, the breakfast. We have the mini bar. All the soft drinks are included, the Wi-Fi, amenities for the clients, welcome card upon request. So many, many options for your clients. We do have as well 3 signature suites. Our 2 panoramic rooftops, which are beautiful, facing Luzern, 1 presidential suite, and the Palace suite as well. We are going to see some pictures now. These suites are all above 80 square meters to 126. We can even do some little events in these suites because, for example, this terrace that you see on the left side of the screen, it's a panoramic rooftop facing Luzern city. And the terrace is about 40 square meters. So sometimes we also host like little welcome drinks for clients, for small groups traveling together, a lot of flexibility to do with your groups and with your clients. This is the P suite. It's quite spectacular because it has a lot of crystal baccarat in the suite, details. In this dining room setup that you see there, we also host a lot of events for different clients, for groups. We offer there some cocktails. So it's a nice setup also for these particular events. This is the P suite. As you can see, it's a corner setup facing the Lakes Lucerne. This is the Crystal Baccarat chandelier I mentioned. It's actually, these are swans. And it's one of the things that really represents the Lake Lucerne, really. So we wanted to incorporate a little bit what is in the outside to the inside of the hotel. Mandarin Oriental is a famous brand around the world because we have more than 40 Michelin stars, and our food scene is quite sexy and quite original. Also, in this property in Lucerne, we have 4 different F&B outlets: Modern, Colonnade, Minamo, and Quai for different options, different moments, and depending on what the client actually is looking for, yes? So the first one is Modern, is our all-day restaurant, our brasserie. Here is where we offer the breakfast included in the rate. What is very important is we feature Asian dishes in breakfast because we are an Oriental heritage brand. Our house is in Hong Kong. Therefore, we have a lot of dishes that are honoring our Oriental heritage. We also offer here lunch and dinner, and we have a shared concept with an international menu. Oh, good. This is Colonnade. Colonnade is our 2 Michelin star restaurant led by this gentleman here, Chef Gilad Pellet. It's high-end French cuisine. So it's really an authentic, very particular experience, tasting menu. We can also host here groups, full buyouts, and we are very proud that we got the 2nd Michelin star after only 2 years of opening. So really a highlight and a milestone that we achieved here in this beautiful property. Minamo, another option. Minamo is our Japanese restaurant, omakase experience, very exclusive, only for 6 seats actually. So it's very exclusive, very intimate, and it's this kind of experience that you have with the chef and as a client. So really for small FITs or small groups, we can also prepare some workshops there in case clients wants to learn how to prepare some dishes. We can quote this separately, but it's really a very intimate experience. I suggest booking in advance because it's really fully booked. And this is our beautiful terrace, of course, facing the shores of the Lake Lucerne. This is Quai. a very international menu, more fresh for salads, sandwiches, more Mediterranean food. And this is open only in the summer season. That's the reason also why the food is a little bit lighter, right? So it's just a 10-minute walk from the city center. You maybe were shopping, buying something nice, coming here, chill, relax, Aperol Spritz. This is the concept of the terrace. And in the summer season, like now, of course, your clients can also have breakfast here, for example. So this is not only a leisure hotel, we do host a lot of events. We have 4 meeting spaces. This is our beautiful Alpine Salon from 1906. Actually, it's quite original. We host here lunch, dinners, cocktails, and presentations. Chandeliers, walls, hardwood floors, everything is original here. We can, of course, add the technological equipment, but we really wanted to keep this space to honor the building. And of course, it's heritage, so we cannot do a lot of change and renovation here. This is our terrace that we saw 1 minute ago, that we can also privatize and do events outside, especially in the summer season. We host weddings, birthdays, social gatherings, because we can really do a very beautiful event outside and inside, even interconnecting the indoor with the outdoor. Beautiful setup and facing the lake. And we have, of course, our ballroom, which is prepared for 120 guests in banqueting style, 214 theater style. All our meeting spaces have natural light, so that brings really a nice atmosphere to the meeting or to the event. They all have access to the outside, and we do host a lot of events in this beautiful property as well. These are more like on the right side, you see like a big suite that sometimes, of course, we do meetings there, or if the guest wants to have like a private setup because they are traveling for pleasure, this mix between business and leisure, we can prepare in the suite a setup like this. And on the left side, you see one of our also meeting spaces more for corporate and little presentations that can be booked every day. Last but not least, we do have a fitness center 24/7 open with the room key. It's exclusive for our guests. And we featured as well
Okay, I think Amelia got froze due to the internet lagging. So let's hope she
which is the
comes.
same spa that we have in Mandarin Oriental, Geneva. I think I'm done. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good.
That's the last slide.
Exactly, that's the last one.
Okay, thank you so much.
My
So,
pleasure.
yeah, thank you. So, do you have any question? Let me check. If you have any question about the Mandarin Oriental Palace Luzern, feel free to type in the chat, and we are more than happy to answer your question. Otherwise, you can always reach out to me. I will put my email address in the chat just in case, but I know all of you have my email address. Let me quickly put it in. So if you need to know more information about the Luzern region, please you can reach out to me, save time. You can always talk to me. I live in Luzern for 2 years, so I know I can be your GPS. I can tell you where to go, where to eat. So okay, I put it in the chat, my email. So if there's no question, I will stop share. And I will hand over to Alan for some interesting updates. Alan, over to you.
Yep. Good.
Okay, perfect.
Good morning from Steckelberg. Hello, Dominique. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Well, welcome. My name is Alan Ramsey, representing the James Bond film location Schilthorn Piz Gloria. I've been coming to the Southeast Asian market for the last 10 years and thoroughly enjoying it, and I'll be back a couple of times this year and hope to see you there. But I don't just do this alone. I have a couple of friends doing this as well. There's myself, head of the markets, Jirapa, who lives in Bangkok, looking after Thailand, Philippines, and Vietnam, and Feniati is also there. She's doing a great job looking after Indonesia, Singapore, and Malaysia. So if you make a screenshot, you've got their details so you can contact
Alan,
them.
I think you
Yeah,
did share your screen.
is it
Your
not going?
presentation, no. Can you share your screen?
Should be. Ah, that's why. Is that better?
No, we see you, but not your presentation. You didn't share screen.
Okay, hang on. Excuse me.
It's a yellow, a green
Yeah,
box, like with the arrow pointing up. Yes, got it.
you got it now?
Yeah.
Excellent. My apologies. Anyway, make a screenshot. Now you can do a screenshot, and then it should go. Why is it not going forward? Now, Switzerland Tourism came out with a brand new logo last year, and I'm extremely proud of their brand new logo because if you look at the top, you get the pink. And Schilthorn Piz Gloria has been using pink for many years now, and Switzerland Tourism have now taken on the pink revolution. The reason that we use the pink is because if you mix the Swiss flag, which is red and white, then you get pink. You need to know where we are. Now, Lucern's a beautiful place right in the middle of Switzerland, and I was sitting in the Mandarin Oriental Palace Hotel just 2.5 weeks ago, right next to the lake, as explained previously, and I can tell you they've done a wonderful job renovating that hotel. And just an hour away, you can get to Interlaken by car, and then it's 20 minutes to half an hour up the valley to the Schilthorn. So we're also very much in the middle of Switzerland. I'm sure you've all heard of Interlaken, which is down there between the two lakes, the Lake of Brienz and the Lake of Thun. And if you follow the black line up, you get to Lauterbrunnen near the middle of the picture, and then on to Stechelberg. And the Schilthorn's there on the right-hand side, with the famous trio in the middle at the top of the Eiger, the Mönch, and the Jungfrau. This is the Lauterbrunnen Valley looking from the other side of the valley. So you're looking down into Lauterbrunnen and Stechelberg. The valley along there is 5 kilometers long, and at the moment we've had a bit of rain, and I can tell you the waterfalls are incredible. On the right, you have the Stahlbach waterfall in Lauterbrunnen. On the left, near the cable car station, you have the Murenbach, the highest waterfall in the whole of Switzerland, 417 meters high. And in this valley, there are actually 72 waterfalls. So the journey up the valley from Interlaken through Lauterbrunnen to the base station in Stechelberg is already spectacular. The cable car that we've had for the last 50 years takes you from Stechelberg up to Gimmelwald, then Muren to Berg, and on up to the Schilthorn. And the best bit about the Schilthorn is it takes you to the very top of the mountain, which is quite unusual. This is the beautiful valley of Lauterbrunnen, and in 1911, J.R.R. Tolkien walked up this valley as a teenager. He went on to write the books The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, which were then made into the films. So this valley is the inspiration to a lot of the views that you see in The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, if you watch those films or read the books. We've changed a number of things in the last few months. We've got very, very, very exciting news, because from Stechelberg, we still have the cable car going to Gimmelwald to the left and then up to Murren, but we've opened a direct cable car that takes you from Stechelberg to Murren. Between Murren and Berg, we've opened the right-hand cableway, and in November 2025, we'll open the second cableway. And then from the top, the Berg, going up to Schilthorn. On the 15th of March 2025, we open the left-hand cableway, and the right-hand cableway will open in April 2026. So let's take a closer look at these brand new cableways. There's the station with the 20XX, that's the old building taking the cableway up to Gimmelwald. On the left, you have a brand new building, and you'll notice the difference in the cables coming out the buildings. The old building, the cables come out the side of the building. The new building in Stechelberg, the cables are coming out of the roof. And the reason is the cable cars arrive and depart through the roof. It's very unusual, and the reason for this is because of the steepness. That's why they come out of the roof. On the 14th of December 2025, we opened the world's steepest cableway, direct to Murren. This is 159.4%, the steepest cableway in the world. The old steepest cableway is in Norway, called the Luen, and it is 133%. So we have really taken it to the cleaners by hitting almost 160%. Now, for those of you who are not good at geometry and physics, then if it's 160%, that means for every meter the cable car goes forward, it goes vertically by 1.6 meters. So that's how you get it 160%. In degrees, we're looking at almost 60 degrees. The cable car then arrives in Murren. That's the brand new station with the copper coloured building there. And on the left is the old station coming up from Gimmelwald, which still operates. These cable cars will take up to 85 people at a time. They're going from 866 meters up to 1,641 meters above sea level. So that's a difference of 775 meters. And it completes that in under 4 minutes. Quite incredible. The next stage takes you from Murren up to Berg. That's the middle section. It's the longest section, and this cable car takes you over 1 kilometer vertically. It does it in just 5 minutes and brings you up to the brand new station on the right-hand side there with the copper colours. On the right is the arrival station on Berg from Murren, and now we're at 2,677 meters above sea level. And on the left side, there's a copper coloured building. That's the station leaving from Berg and taking you to Schilthorn. Just a quick look there shows you the thrill walk, which is the walkway in the middle of the picture that takes you down all those steps, and along and underneath you can walk along this in complete safety. And the skyline walk is on the terrace of the little restaurant bistro there and sticks out over the cliff looking down onto the thrill walk, but also to Eiger, Munch and Jungfrau, and of course Murren. The last section takes you from Berg on the left there, all the way up to the Schilthorn, which is just a difference in altitude of around 300 meters. And that is the summit building overlooking Eiger, Munch and Jungfrau. Unfortunately, there's a crane there. That'll be there through this summer as we build the last cableway. But at the end of November, that crane will then disappear, and we'll be able to run the next cable car in April 2026. Now, for your mice partners, it depends how big your group is. We can take any size of group during the day. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 is absolutely no problem for a lunch. But we always say that if you have a group between 50 and 300, we can do a special deal and open the Schilthorn in the evening for you. So any groups from 50 up to 300 people, we can take them from the valley all the way up to the top of the mountain and serve you a delicious meal. You can tell us exactly what your specifications are for the meal, how many courses, what kind of budget, and we can accommodate that. And then your clients have use of the building to themselves. We can also do branding. If it's a smaller group, then you can bring them up over lunch. That's no problem too, but there will be other people on the mountain at that time. That's the view in the evening, so people can go out on the terrace, enjoy the sunset. And at the top of that building, we have the world's first revolving restaurant on the summit of a mountain. That's the view from the 360-degree revolving restaurant, Piz Gloria. It's a beautiful view of Eigenmünchen Jungfrau. Every day we do a brunch from 8 in the morning till 2. So if you have a mice group, 30, 40 people, they're coming up. The easiest thing to do is to give them the brunch menu, because then they can go and help themselves. They will find vegetarian, vegan, halal, any kind of food you want will be served on the brunch every single day, and it makes an easy choice for the people to choose something from there. With the meals, we also do 3-course meals, and one of the favourite is, of course, the Piz Gloria burger with the Piz Gloria symbol stamped on top of the burger. We also have the Skyline takeaway. If you just want a quick snack or a drink, we can also organise an aperitif in there before going up to the restaurant for dinner, or we can arrange the drinks outside on the terrace. Shopping, of course, is always available. Then we go back down to the Berg. That's the beautiful view of the Skyline Thrills. The Skyline Walk is the platform sticking out there, and down on the right, you can just see a little bit of the Thrill Walk. That's another view of the Thrill Walk with Muren down below. Skyline Walk's up in the top left, and the views to Eigenmünchen Jungfrau with Muren are just outstanding. It's been keeping me happy for the last 35 years, and I still love going up. The Thrill Walk also has a section with a glass flooring. We have a tightrope you can walk along, all included in the ticket price. And at the end of the Thrill Walk, there's an amazing tunnel that you can crawl through for small kids like that and big kids like me. The Berg also has a bistro if you need a snack, but we can also arrange for little nibbles and drinks on the way up the mountain if you're coming up in the evening with a group between 50 and 300. Muren itself is always worth a look around. It's a village that is car-free. You're not allowed to drive up here, so we keep the cars away. It's only 1 kilometre long. It has just over 400 inhabitants. 2 churches, 3 stations. One of the stations is the Almendhübel funicular station. This is another possibility for your incentive groups. If they're 30, 40 people, you can bring them up to the Almendhübel. We can organise a meal up here, but it's a great place for families with the flower park, the play area right next to the restaurant. You can enjoy the views of Eigenmünchen Jungfrau there. We have the flower trail, hiking, theme trails. It's just a paradise for going for a wander. And you're walking. You don't need to walk miles and miles and miles. You can walk for 20 minutes and see absolute peace, meet the cows, enjoy yourselves. There's plenty of beautiful walks in this area, short and long. That's the beautiful village of Muren. Chocolate box kind of thing. But we also have some thrills in Muren. There is a Via Ferrata that takes you from Muren down to Gimmelwald, and the last stretch is this bridge, takes you over the gorge. You're always attached with carabiners and a harness. and we can organise that for smaller groups if you need an incentive there and to get the adrenaline running. In the village of Murren, right next to the cable car station, we have the Hotel Alpenruhe, which is 26 rooms and beautiful views of the Eigenmünch and Jungfrau, done in an alpine chic style. We also own the Hotel Blumenthal, which is right in the middle of Murren. That is Murren in rush hour. Now, if you're in Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok, Hanoi, doesn't matter where you are, the rush hour here looks slightly different. There's no cars, but that's a busy day in Murren. Again, simple, lovely rooms. Winters are also a great time to come. Early December is very quiet. There's plenty snow usually. You get beautiful views. January as well. We're part of the Jungfrau ski region. So at the top right of the picture, you have Schilthorn Piz Gloria up there, and it goes all the way across through Wengen, through Grindelwald, and all the way up to Fierst on the left-hand side. Over 200 kilometers of skiing, if any of you are into that. This is the small part that we manage. So Stechelberg is at the bottom left there. We have 10 lifts, 52 kilometers of skiing, and plenty of things to offer. Winter hiking is also, we can organize a group hike, it can be short or long. You can also do with your groups a try to ski package, where they'll be split up to 6 to 8 people per instructor, and it gives them a chance to get those Instagrammable pictures of you skiing. It's not going to teach you to ski, but it'll give you some videos and some photos of you being on skis in a place where the first ever slalom was held over 100 years ago. Sledging is also a great sport that you can take part in with the groups. We have guides that can take you sledging in amongst this. 20XX is the amazing project that we have designed to build these brand new cable cars. We're through most of the work now, with the buildings in Stechelberg and Murren already finished. Berg and Schilthorn are going to be finished in the next 12 months. But what we've done is also to be incredibly sustainable. We have a very new energy management system, and the system means that the cable cars that are descending actually produce electricity, which we store and can use to send the cable cars back up the mountain. So instead of having to have a new electricity line laid from Wildeswil, Interlaken, all the way up the valley, we'll actually be using less electricity, and all of our electricity is green electricity because it's all hydropower. It comes from water production. It's the way we make all of the energy that we use in the Schilthorn. We're also snow farming. So we take some of the snow from last winter, we cover it through the summer and can use it the following winter. So we're recycling the snow as well. Now just a quick video, 45 seconds long, for you to see our brand new cableway. If you're looking for something new, something exciting, something spectacular for your mice groups, I think So thank you very much indeed for your interest. We're available for questions, and there is no such thing as a stupid question. Here again is my details to contact me, plus Jirapa in Bangkok and Feniati in Jakarta, representing all the countries in Southeast Asia.
Okay, thank you, Alan. So if there's any questions, please feel free to put in the chat. Otherwise, you can always reach out to Alan and to Jirapa or to Fernati in Indonesia. Let's see, is there any question? So far, no questions yet. Okay, let's see. Okay, so looks like there's no question yet. Let's wait for a while. Nope, no questions yet. Okay, there's one whether they check, Vanessa is checking whether they can get the copy of the presentation. Yes, no?
For my
Amelia, you're okay
presentation,
to share?
absolutely. Just
Okay.
contact.
Okay.
Yes, of course, no problem.
Okay, sure. I have yours so I can send it.
Absolutely.
Yes. So maybe Alan, you can send it to me and then I can put it in the newsletter so that I can send it to everybody.
Definitely.
Yeah, including the recording that does some of them might have missed it and want to watch the recording. I would also send it to all of you. So there was a question. The steepest Schilthorn cable car was opened when? From Brenda Lim.
Brenda, it was opened on the 14th of December 2024. So the steepest cable car in the world is from Steppenberg up to Murren. So
Okay.
that's the section that's the steepest in the world. The second section also opened on the same date, and the third section opened on the 15th of March 2025. So it's been open 3 months. The whole thing has been open 3 months so far.
Okay, so she said thank you. Yeah, Brenda Lim said thank you for the update. Okay, let's see. Any more questions? So, any more questions? Oh, there's one more. There's one from Natawan from Thailand. Just now back from Schilthorn, Mr. Martin. Very welcome.
Thank you. Yes, that was Martin is the guide that took up 30 agents with license.
Okay. Yeah, and we also have another Thai agent from Thailand, which is Vibun, that he also was there last week and he experienced the cable car at Schilthorn.
Excellent. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you, Amelia. Thank you, Alan, for your time. And
My pleasure.
thank you, everybody who took this time to join the webinar session. Until next, I'll keep you update on the next webinar session that we are having. And if you have any question, you can feel free to reach out to Amelia or Alan or including myself. And yeah, we'll have a very good afternoon to all of you and take care. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.